is enough, and it's time for a change.
It is Sunday, and you're listening to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast.
Give me a hell yeah! Get some love!
Ooh, yeah!
With Kinny Killa.
Hey yo! We're in the big D tonight, baby! And we are live! Woo!
I'm the gal them sugar should.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be! Cause that's the bottom line! The Stone Cold said so!
Oh, son of a bitch. If you just heard the glass shatter, that's right. It's the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast. It is Sunday. It is episode 96. And I am the man of the hour too. So weak to be sour. The one man with no Instagram, Kinny Killa. And always I am kicking it with the hashtag tech guy, the girl them sugar, Sugs.
Yo, yo, yo.
Now today we have the newlyweds. That's right. Oh man, it is Chad and Courtney Broughton. What's happening?
What's going on, man? How's it going?
It's all good, all good. And also we have the creator, the editor of Max Wrestling E-Magazine. It's none other than Dazzy Lee.
Good morning, no, good evening, wherever you are.
It's only morning up here, bruv. I mean, I think it's like 20 past 6 where Chad is, so yeah, it's only morning now. But how you been, Daz?
Really good, yeah.
Yeah, I know you've been probably scanning the interviews that I did with Matt Taven, so you could write the transcript for the next the next issue.
Yes, looking forward to that too.
Chad, Courtney, congrats. That's all I can say. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much, good sir.
You went to Las Vegas, got married. How was it?
Fucking amazing.
Oh man, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, we're very happy for you. So yeah, nice one. Nice one. It's always good to see a happy ending.
Definitely.
Or a happy beginning, I should say.
Oh, there you go.
But apart from that, how you guys been?
It's been rough here the past couple of weeks, but iPad got stolen in fucking Vegas. Before we went, we both got the flu really bad, and we get back, and the day after we get back, one of my lungs collapsed, and she gets a set of kidney stones. So it's been great otherwise, but we're hanging in there, man. We're tough kids.
We're
so
still alive.
That's the main thing. Jeez. Shugs, any football yesterday?
Yeah, it's bad day yesterday.
Oh no, let's not talk about it then. Let's not talk about it because it's too much week after week, man. And I'm not even playing for your team, and I feel the hurt. So it's not good. It's not good. But apart from that, how you been, man?
Yeah, fine, man. We had a tough week in work. Had the inspectors in, and like it was just one of those intense few days. Do you know what I mean?
Ofsted, yeah.
Yeah, Ofsted, man.
Looking for anything to just write you up on.
Yeah, anything, any one little thing at all. That's
the
it.
Chewing gum.
Nah, just
under the
like,
table. Shit, we're gonna write you. Gonna write you up for that.
So everyone was shook.
All right. I couldn't imagine everyone on edge. Oh, fuck. All right, people, let's get into the show. Later on, we will have part 2 of our interview with ROH superstar Matt Taven, part of the Kingdom. But rest assured, you could look at our new website. That's right, it is sundaysegue.weebly.com. Also, follow us on Twitter. That's at Sunday Segue. Segue spelled SEGUE. Also, like us on Facebook. Email us, thesundaysegue@gmail.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, iTunes, Podomatic, or TRN. It would be TRN, but it's suspended at the moment for reasons unbeknown to us, so we'll keep you updated with that. Stitcher, Mixcloud, and don't forget to download that Double Twist player. Right, so shout-outs. I'm not going to do shout-outs. We've got too much going on the show, so again, sorry about your damn luck, but I'll catch you up next week. But I will obviously give a shout-out to Max Wrestling E-Magazine. Make sure you check that out. Latest issues out now, Max Wrestling E-Magazine.weebly.com. Also, our other partners in crime, that's WrestlingVideoNews.com, where you can get all your DVD releases from all promotions. And also, I want to give a shout-out to Jack Williams, who was on the show last week at Through the Ropes. I would like to slowly and surely announce that he will be joining the Sunday Segue team in the near future. A talented kid, not quite sure what his role will be yet, but he will be part of the team. He's got his eye on the ball on the wrestling business, so he will be joining the team in a short period of time. So The Royal Rumble tonight. Let's get into it. Let's get into Raw. Sugs, we start Raw with Lesnar literally just cutting off Heyman like a boss, just calls out Rollins. What's your thoughts on this? Because I just enjoyed the direct aggressiveness by Brock.
Yeah, I think just because we don't hear him speak every week, when he actually does or when he actually said something, you sort of like sit up and listen. You're like, it's just like, oh shit, Brock's speaking, because normally he just stands there looking like a fucking complete psychopath. And yeah, it's just brilliant. I just think we were on about a couple of weeks ago where he was on the show and they wasted him. They pay him all that money to just turn up and they wasted him, but like at least they actually got him doing something. So it's good use of the champion for once.
Come on, I'm here to fight, baby. Come on, baby.
Right.
I'm here to fight, baby. Chad, what was your thoughts on the overall booking layout of this segment? I mean, from the Authority and Lesnar standoff to Rollins on the screen. Did it make sense to you?
Yeah, actually, it did make sense to me. I mean, I actually, when we were watching it, I told Courtney, I was like, I kind of love this because you actually have 3 different groups of people now. You have the youth movement who can't stand Brock. You have people like us who love Rollins and Brock. You have so many different facets here. Now, as far as the segment goes, I can always fucking do without Cena. I mean, that's just how it is. I just want to shoot the screen anytime he comes on anymore. So, but it did make total sense to me. All 3 guys want to beat the hell out of each other, and that's exactly what they showed.
Yeah, I love the fact that Rollins was just on the screen. He wasn't actually there. Again, playing more heel. I don't have to actually be there for me to get my shit across, which was good booking, I thought. Courtney, after seeing the Authority return, obviously, and now they've been back for like 2 to 3 weeks, do you still think that it was too soon to bring them back?
Yes. I do. I think they just don't have the same impact that they did before. They don't piss people off as much. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. I think it was way too soon.
And even though they're back now and they're in this direct placement of this storyline, do you think that this could have been played out after Royal Rumble? Like them coming back after Royal Rumble?
I think it could have been after Royal Rumble.
Yes, my phone fell out. Yes, sorry. I think it should have been after. Yes.
Okay. Dazzy, let's talk about Lesnar's involvement in this feud, right? Up till now, they focused like the majority of this on Rollins and Cena. But tonight was just a Brock show completely. I thought, like, how important was it for Lesnar to kind of be more prominent on this Go Home show?
It was about time, really, because he hasn't been on the show much, and when he is, you pay attention to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been kept like short and sweet with what he's saying, but what he's saying is kind of just like it's resonating through to us, It's like it's making a lot of sense, and it's making us think, this guy is he's legit.
Yeah, exactly. Can I say something really quick? That's exactly why I said I wanted Brock to be champion back when we were all arguing about it. Back at SummerSlam or whenever? That's exactly it. You're not going to see him every week, and like you said, when he comes in, you're going to fucking sit up and watch and pay the fuck attention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Daz, you got anything else to say on this opening segment?
I loved it right up until the obvious Cena involvement. I called it like 20 seconds before his music hit. Here comes Cena.
You did it before he came, just here we go. It's coming. But yeah, I mean, hopefully he winds down for a bit this year and just lets everyone else take center stage. Because personally, I think Rollins should be champion for the rest of this year. Mm-hmm. He's earned it. He's fucking earned it, man.
Oh shit, he's earned it.
All right, let's move on to the next segment. Wyatt versus Bryan, Royal Rumble rematch. Shug, what was your thoughts on the match? And if Bryan showed any ring rust at all in your eyes?
No, to be honest, I don't think it looks like he hasn't really been away, He's still going at like 100 miles an hour. We wondered whether he'll dial down his offense or dial down the way he wrestles. And he's just still the same fucking lunatic that he was before. He's throwing his little body around like all the time, getting thrown around by other people, and he just seems to be back in the groove already, because that's how good he is, really.
Yeah, man, you're jumping around looking like Jesus, or I should say Jesus. Jesus. Like, just, jeez, man. He would have slowed his ass down, especially that's what we thought the doctors would have told him, but Jeez,
Shit.
he's just still doing it, still doing the thing. And knowing him, he's legit as well, thinking to himself, if I can't do it properly, I don't want to do it at all. Simple. So, props off to him. Chad, what was your feeling on the finish, because obviously Brian lost due to the Kane's input. Was it the right move, or did it really matter?
Yeah. I don't know if it mattered or not, but right now I think it's the right move because you have to have some direction for Brian at least to start out with, whether you stick with it or not. You have to have something for him, and that was the last thing we had with him, I guess. Do I really want to see Kane versus Daniel Bryan again? Not necessarily, but with everything else going on in WWE since he was gone, what else are you going to throw him into? At the same time, if the rumors, if whatever they're going to do with Bray, they've still got to kind of make him look strong. I mean, we bitched for a while about Bray losing all the time. So even with a cheat win, I think it kind of does help Bray look strong again if we're going to put him up against Undertaker possibly at WrestleMania. So yeah, I like the ending.
Okay. Right. Normally, I do the rant, as people know, Sugs hits my rant music and all hell kind of breaks loose, glass shatters everywhere. But I'm going to do something different now, and I'm going to call this the Segue Shine. I am going to shine the massive light on fucking Damien Sandow right about now. Sugs, this guy, listen, when they had this segment, all right, with the Click, and X-Pac come out, I was like, wait, I just thought it was X-Pac. And then fucking the real X-Pac walks in, and I'm like, wait, what the fuck is going on? I'm Sugs, I don't know where you put this
until
on.
fucking Sean Walton walked out from the other side of the screen, I just thought it was X-Pac.
Mm-hmm.
it just proves how sick Sandow is. It's like, fucking hell. Just pushed him in screen, and then the real X-Pac comes out, and I'm just like, no, please tell me that's not Sandow. This is amazing. I just tuned up to the rest of them.
They did the little dunk moment where they were mirroring each other. It was just so good.
Mm. Oh, and then the Miz tries to come out and fucking he got parred, man. He got parred. I mean, for those in the UK who don't know what shine is, shade, sorry. Jeez. I told you that Kevin Nash threw some shade at the Miz right there. Alright, let's go into segment 3, which was the Legends panel. Cool. These segments are kind of always used for something else, I usually feel anyway, to get something else over. But I want your thoughts on the actual interactions between the Legends, plus your take on Byron Saxton, sorry.
I like Byron Saxton. I do like him. And anytime I can see the Nature Boy, I mean, I can do without Hulk. I'm sorry. I'm not 6 years old anymore. I don't want to see his bleach blonde ass out there anymore doing anything else. I get it though. Everybody loves the Hulk, except for me. But, I mean, Nature Boy going up against Big Show, I thought he was going to die. I thought Big Show killed him. Nature Boy, I love you, but you look like shit.
As soon as he started slapping him up, I was thinking, Carla Lambert's come and pick
That's
up.
He's dead. He's dead.
It's all over. Shugs, HBK's clothes, man.
God.
I told Chad he looked like he was going hunting right after Raw was over.
He just this guy just doesn't give a fuck. I think if he could turn up in his dressing gown, he would. He's getting a bit like the dude, on the Big Lebowski. He'll just come drinking a pint of milk out of the carton, just milk in his beard, and just be like, "Hey man, just chill out," with his fucking bonky eye looking all over the place.
He's just like the boots as well. He looks like he's being wading through water, ready to catch a alligator. He's just oh god.
He looks like he needs to put a deer stand up in the fucking stands with a deer blind and a bow and arrow. And just
it wouldn't surprise me if that camel had actual deer blood on his top, on his top. And Shugs, I know we used to say Bret Hart just used to dress like a. He used to dress so okay, literally just pick up some clothes in the back.
Native American woman. That's what Bret Hart looks like with his white hair.
But what kills me is the jeans tucked in the boots, dude. That's what kills me more than anything.
He might as well have open-ended sandals with socks on. Dazzy, let me hit you real quick. Big Show comes out, talk some home truths, which I loved. Just go to Hogan, talk about my first night on WCW. I just knocked you out, basically. KO's Flair, which led to Reigns coming out. I thought Big Show was good on the mic here, but Reigns needed to kind of redeem himself after the last 2 weeks. Was this a bonus that he didn't talk? Did this shine through for him, Dazzy?
Yeah, they need to focus more on his in-ring and not so much on his voice because he hasn't got much.
Did he need to be like? Was the aggressiveness good, or did he need to be a bit more aggressive?
I think he was aggressive enough. He didn't overdo it.
Because do you reckon if he overdid it, it would have been probably like the last 2 weeks? Everyone would have thought, oh, it's a bit over the top now.
Yeah, like too Superman-y gimmick.
I would have loved for him to walk in there, just pick up the mic take the mic off Big Show, look at it, and just mic drop, and just Superman punch him in the face. Like, a mic drop goes a long way.
Did you hear what Reigns said after he knocked out Big Show?
No, what did he say?
Come on, you big bastard. Did you hear him? Go back and watch it. Right after he clotheslines him over the top rope, you can hear Reigns like doing that fist pump thing, going, "Come on, you big bastard." And to me, if they would I think actually I've hated on Reigns more than anybody there is, just about since before other people were hating on him even. But I think if they would quit scripting shit for him and just let him be a tough guy and run his mouth on his own, I think he'd be fine now. But they won't let him do it.
Dazzy, anything else on this segment?
I think I would have preferred Shawn Michaels to just switch to music Big Show.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, why didn't that happen?
Because his back can't reach that far no more. Like, that would have been amazing though. Or like jumping, switching off the top rope or something. Or you know that tandem move Sugs that they do on Double Dragon, where you hold them from behind and he does like a spin kick. Straight old school. Alright, let's move on. Segment 4, Ambrose versus Barrett. Now, Chad, bad booking on Ambrose's part on the last couple weeks, so he needs obviously some good showing in the Rumble. In your eyes, what is a good showing for Ambrose in the Rumble? Because, in your eyes, what is?
Actually, the first thing that comes off my mind, the segment where he was reaching in behind Fandango to get the thing,
Yeah.
I think what would help his character actually is if we all know that happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happens if Dean comes out number 1 and Fandango's like 29 or 30? It would help show how fucking crazy Dean Ambrose is and how much he wanted to prove, and then he can have a good showing through the entire Rumble. I think, he kind of does need a good showing right now, because I think he just needs to, I don't want to say he's fallen off, but I don't know. I've kind of fallen off with Ambrose myself, so I kind of need a big showing from him for me personally. I don't know why. It's just, I think he's a character of a crazy guy, but I just want something more from Ambrose right now.
Yeah, I feel like he's in that Shamrock period, like when Shamrock, like he, took it to the Rock, he was getting up there, then he's kept down. Won the IC title, then it's just being kept down. Looks, challenged HBK for the title, then being kept down. It's like he was just around, and he was so over. He was legit crazy. Everyone loved him, and he just he just didn't reach it. Then they turned him heel, and he joined the corporation, and the rest was history. But I got that feeling. But Sugs, Barrett, just won the IC title, lost nearly every match since, as per usual. Massive contrast compared to the IC title in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Could you imagine the stars made today if the IC title was booked the same as New Japan?
Yeah, but it's just like, how are they ever going to bring it back? How are they going to bring it back from where it currently is? Do you know what I mean? And have they got any interest in doing that? And I don't think they have. They just keep fucking shit up all the time, to be honest.
Yeah, it's silly. Because easily, if they did it like New Japan, Ziggler would be much bigger than he is right now for sure. Like,
Ziggler's like getting over despite of bad booking. A bit like Daniel Bryan did, but they could have give him just a little bit more help, but I just don't think they want to do it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we talked about it this week. A lot about the IC title in New Japan and stuff, and it's just a shame. It's just a shame that obviously the IC title isn't important on WWE, because in New Japan, obviously now the next pay-per-view is New Beginning, and they got two shows. One is headlined by the IWGP title, and the other is headlined by the IC title, and they're both important. And, just imagine what WWE would be like if that was, today, but yeah, it's not a shame. Right, we're just going to go through a few things now. So, each one of you is going to get a chance to talk about this little thing that, I'm going to go through. So, first off, New Day, Dazzy. The New Day got mics. And does it make it, any difference really that they got mics, or does it just even more X-Pac heat?
They just don't seem to have picked up much steam since the debut.
Mm. And is that themselves, or is it WWE?
No, it's WWE. They're just booked in random 6-man tags instead of having a feud to focus on.
So the 3-man don't work, yeah?
It could work, but they need to focus on a feud instead of just random matches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kind of like the Nation against Los Boricuas. Just free for all. Everything but the kitchen sink. All right, Courtney. Cesaro and Kid. They looked good, but again, lost again. Have they got a future? Could they be big this year?
Oh, I hope so. I love Tyson Kidd, and I like Cesaro, and I like them together. And I really do hope that it goes somewhere, and it's not just something that WWE fucks up like they fuck up everything else.
Like New Day?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, the swing into the drop kick is a nice move, man. And they've obviously been watching New Japan Pro Wrestling in terms of, the tag team tandem movements, which they've been working on in the Performance Center, if everyone listens to the dirt sheets. But this could be big things. Shugs, segment with NWO and Ascension, it seemed dead to me, man, until JBL.
Yeah, I think JBL got the segment going really, because like you said, there wasn't fuck all going on otherwise, and that actually started it just picking it up a bit, because nobody's interested in these old fools anyway. Do you know what I mean? And then at least JBL's still relevant. The rest of them, they look like shit anyway. So who cares, man?
Ascension
should win though, shouldn't it? Otherwise, it would just be dumb.
They're Triple H boys, so they might win, and then the Ascension might win the next match.
Yeah. What's I gonna say? JBL with the clothes from hell. We talked about this before, sure. Just imagine if he did the Rainmaker.
Oh my God, dude!
Could you imagine, Chad? Could you imagine
But we might see our actual first in-ring decapitation if he actually did that.
Yeah, he still had it, dude. He still. Oh my God.
Yeah. Chad Lesnar backstage with Rollins. Come on, man. Prize fighter. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
He's had some really good backstage segments with Rollins, which showed both of their strengths. The fact that Rollins as a heel, when he wants to be cowardice, he can, but when he's ready to stand up in your face and tell you what it is, he does it. And I think that's what today's heel should be all about. Not being afraid to stand up and say, look, I don't give a fuck. I have my accomplishments, and I'm standing face to face with you, and I'm capable to go.
Right, I completely agree. I loved both sides of it. Just like you said with Rollins, he's kind of like, it's kind of like he learned from Orton last year. Don't just be the pussy and run away all the time. Stand up when you need to. And standing up to Brock is like we said, he's the legit real deal. If anybody ever has been in a WWE, WWF ring, it's Brock Lesnar. Mm-hmm. And stepping up to him, that shows how tough and how crazy he can be, and how confident he is. It's all about confidence with the heel. You got to be cocky, and yeah, you can run. That gets one thing, but you also got to have that cockiness. And like you said with Brock, the prize fighting line, that was beautiful. That was a nice touch, and it made the whole thing to me as far as Brock goes, because it's really showing his character. And I think they're going to have something a little different for him going into Mania.
Yeah, I don't fight for free, son. Don't fight for free. All
exactly.
Right. We're at the main event already, because the rest of Raw was just irrelevant. No Usos, no Miz, irrelevant, sorry. But to get on our show, you have to be relevant pretty much, and I'm tired of talking shit. Unless all the divas from NXT are being brought up and they actually have a good divas division, I ain't talking about no divas no more. So let's go into the main event. And if on your run sheet, if you realize it says segment 5, usually we have like 9 segments. So yeah, we got a lot to talk about in the Rumble. So let's do this. Cena versus Rollins versus Show versus Kane. Stip was if Cena wins, then the guys that were fired come back, and if Cena loses, he gives up his spot in the main event in the Royal Rumble. So, Court, I thought the booking of this match was good, with no kind of like real babyface comeback from Cena. You know, every time he tried something, he got beat down. You know, and then as we get to the curb stomp, Sting returns to distract Rollins for Cena to win. Was this the right time to insert Sting here?
I think so. Just because it was not expected. Well, it kind of was expected, but it wasn't. If that makes any sense at all. But I think that was the perfect time. And then he didn't come out into the, you know, I was like, where is he? And then Triple H is like, you bring your ass out here. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Yes, I did. But again, it's Cena, so anytime I get to see him get his ass walloped around the ring, I'm going to enjoy it.
It's funny how Sting though, had you know, TNA merchandise just.
I know.
Well, yeah, right.
He's just there. He's just like, yo, I don't give a shit. It says Sting on it. It says Sting. I'm wearing this shit. Don't care. And the label says TNA, but it's all.
He said the same thing last night. What is he?
Yeah.
He looked better.
He
looked better this time, though, didn't he? He looked better
yes,
this
he
time.
looked way better this time. Yes.
I think it's the schemes, maybe. You know, I'm not no fashion police, but, you know, rest in peace, Joan Rivers. I'm just like saying, like, you know, yeah, the colours.
Much better.
Yeah. Dazzy, what's your thoughts on the way the commentators sold the end? Because I thought Cole and JBL did well when Sting appeared.
They did. For some reason, I don't know why Sting wasn't looking into the camera before he moved. It was like he was waiting for his cue to move.
Yeah, someone told him, "Yo, you're wearing TNA stuff on WWE. Take it off. Take it off." Like, you remember in Sixth Act 2 when she was like, "Yeah, take off your robes before they went out to do the final piece." But yeah, it's just like, yeah, that's the only time you'll hear that reference. But yeah, I just like the way JBL was like, he said, "It's only a picture." It's only a picture of Sting. He's not moving. And then he moves and Michael literally fucking busts a nut. Like, just like, oh, it's Sting! He's coming! Oh, man.
I think Michael Cole, like, when he actually is just commentating and not getting fucking telling you how to download the WWE app from the Play Store like you're a fucking idiot, I think he's quite good. You know? When he's just doing what he's paid to do.
He can be.
Instead of being a fucking snake oil
He can be.
Oh, shit.
Take the poison.
Yeah. Brock comes out to a massive pop, looks absolutely vexed, and just like hands the title. Just like, not even hands, he just like throws it. Catch this, fool.
Yeah, just.
There you go. And just goes to work.
Just does what he wants, man. It's great.
Just kills everyone in sight. Like, I enjoy Brock like this fully because it's just like he's on a leash and you just kind of just like saying wait now, and you just take the leash off and then he's just that's it, man, frothing at the mouth, ready just to bite someone, like Suarez. But Chad, do you reckon it's too soon for the guys to get their jobs back?
No, just because I think we need them right now in a way. I don't think so. It's Rumble time, man, and you know how surprises are in the Rumble, and I think a couple of them are going to make a big splash tonight. To be honest with you, so I know, the storyline could have gone on longer, but also what's going on with WWE as a whole, they also need some of these guys. So it's kind of a catch-22 there. You know what I mean? Yeah,
because obviously the roster's so thin, so and they obviously could have just taken out those three and brought in some NXT guys, but either way,
that could have worked. But it is Vince, and we see what he does. He shits all over the fucking NXT stars half the time. So Ascension being one example.
Just imagine if they were kept off TV and then these three guys came back in the Sting and Triple H. That would be, you wouldn't have seen them for ages, and all of a sudden you just see them come through the crowd, But Anywho, that's the end of Raw, people. Let's get the Raw ratings. Shugs.
I think it was a better episode, so I'm gonna say 7.
Chad.
Yeah, I was in that same range. I was gonna say about a 7 to a 7.2.
Okay. Dazzy.
Yeah, 7.
7. Court.
I agree. It was much better than it's been in a while.
Yeah, anything's better than zero. That's the last scores. That's the last scores. The last couple of weeks, people's been saying zero. Yeah. All right, let's go do some quick feedback right here. So, Darren Dyer says, really solid episode, I thought. Bryan versus Wyatt was enjoyable. The NWO segment pissed me off as there was no Hogan, the man who was a huge part of the NWO, and also the fact that the Essentials with the Legends isn't the best. Brock F5 in, everything in sight at the end of the show was also appearance of Sting. Woo. Not keen on his nickname, the Vigilante, though. 7.5 out of 10. Got something for me, Shugs?
I'm just looking on the big man. You go, keep going, right, catch up.
All right. Very good, Michael Cook. Very good show this week and a good go home show for the WWE Championship match for Rumble. SmackDown had a good go home show for the 30-man Royal Rumble with the usual entire locker room fighting at the end of the show. One thing for Raw that I would change though is Brock saying baby. Did anyone see how angry Sami Zayn was after being attacked a second time by Kevin Owens? I wish Cena would be like this and not laughing and joking all the time. True that.
Billy Johnson. Good show. A lot of the matches were forgettable at best. The Seth Rollins botch was hilarious. Oh yeah, Kinny, we forgot about that. Tuck your legs between your legs.
Oh yeah. The Owen Hart. That's why I kicked your leg out of your leg.
NWO APA Outlaw segment was fun. Brock face turn was tremendous and makes me feel like Heyman may screw Brock at the Rumble and side with Rollins. I think that would be amazing if that happened. The Legends panel was pointless, but the ending was good. Indeed, as it's always good to see the stinger. Please report this was the first WWE Raw I've enjoyed this year, and I've always liked a bit of nostalgia. That's probably why I give the show a 7, 8 or 10.
Alright, Anthony Walker says, awesome Raw, I thought. Favourite segment, NWO, Outlaws, JBL, and Ron Simmons beating up the Road Warriors wannabes. Not to mention Survivor Series Part 2, Sting becoming the Authority's worst nightmare. 8 out of 10. Alright. We're going to go to a bit of a break, then we'll be back with Shug Stunners, part 2 of our interview with ROH superstar Matt Taven, Royal Rumble predictions and track of the week, so don't you miss it.
Hi, this is Karma, and you're listening to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast.
And we're back, people. That's right, your boy Kinny Killa here, Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast. Down of Sugar Shugs. We're also here with Chad and Courtney Broughton and also Dazzy Lee. So, right about now, you're going to get caught in some Shug Stunners.
Okay, so, Jobber of the Week. Barrett.
Oh.
IC champ, and like you said, he's just been shit since he got it. Move of the Week. Did anything good happen?
Well, Big Show got F5.
I suppose, yeah, that's impressive, isn't it? Big Show, just like getting picked up like he was nutting. And rest of the week, I'm going to give it to Lesnar this week because he's the boss. He just took that curb stomp last week like it was nutting, came back this week, just fucked everyone up.
Loved it. My man Lesnar. Alright. So right about now, people, we're gonna go into a part 2 interview with Matt Taven. We're just about to enter the realms of ROH, talking about his time there. So yeah, just make sure you listen, enjoy it, and yeah, here we go. Part 2 interview with the Kingdom's own Matt Taven. Well, I take it that you're a very ambitious guy. I mean, you've had many shots at the ROH World Title, and I'm sure that being the champion one day is something that you hope to win. But is there any other accomplishments that you would like to achieve in your wrestling career?
I have so many, and the thing is that it's very, like, wrestling in New Japan was a big one for me. And the fact that it just happened recently, I'm still I almost feel like, oh, that's still a goal for mine. It's like, no, you gotta check that one off. You did that one. So, like, when they happen, they're still very, I don't know, I think that's what makes, good people great, is that they still want more. So just doing New Japan alone, yes, I checked that one off. Now I want to, I want to be there in the Tokyo Dome and watch the confetti come down. I want to be a tag champ in Ring of Honor. I want to hold every belt in Ring of Honor. I want to go to a stage where, the most people possible can watch me wrestle. So I have a mountain of goals left in wrestling in my personal life alone. The ride getting there has been a very enjoyable one, but to say it's anywhere close to accomplished would be a lie.
Yeah, I like that answer. I like that answer a lot. I mean, let's go into the New Japan Pro Wrestling. I mean, watched you in the, you and Mike Bennett in the, the World Tag League tournament last year. Very, very impressed. And I'm glad that I got to see, more and more of you during that. I'm very new to New Japan Pro Wrestling. I've watched majority of the stuff over the last 2 years. Like you said, that's one of your goals, seeing that confetti come down. Wrestle Kingdom 9, massive, massive, massive event. Hopefully, the buys did very well so that, we can get that over here in the UK and, obviously in the US again with that partnership with Global Force Wrestling. But, I mean, let's look at that tag league because, I mean, you didn't do too bad. I mean, you finished with 8 points, Okada, AJ, Naito, Tenzan, they all finished with 8 points. And let's just go through who you beat. I mean, the fact that you beat Styles and Takahashi, it was a nice 11-minute match. That I thought that match was really, really good. So if I go through who you wrestled, I mean, you've wrestled against Styles, Takahashi, Luke Gallows, Carl Shotgun Anderson. The Tanahashi one didn't happen. The forfeit, I believe that happened. Tenzan, Kojima, Okada, I mean, to name a few, Naito. What was it like actually being in the ring with those guys? Because, I mean, you've got Tenzan and Kojima who do that strong style. Obviously, you've got AJ Styles, High Flyer. It's a different dynamic. So what was it like facing so many different people out there?
I mean, it definitely was an experience in so many ways. I mean, Mike had been over there before, but we were over there for almost 3 weeks, so it's the longest time we've been over there. So we're out traveling in a country we're not familiar with, trying to, learn the customs, learn how to just find food that we want to eat. And at the same time, in between doing all that, we're getting in the ring with Okada that night. We're getting in the ring, like you said, with Tanahashi, with AJ Styles, with all these top names from New Japan. And I think that's what speaks to me and Mike as wrestlers is with all that going on, you can watch those matches and try to deny the fact that we belong in that ring. Because I think we went over there and we proved exactly what we believe we are, is that we're great wrestlers. And as much as, Ring of Honor fans might want to give us a hard time here, they can't deny the fact that we were in there with the top names all around the world and we killed it. We're looking forward to going back and just proving more people wrong. The Tanahashi match was a forfeit because of Yoshitatsu's injury, but he teamed up with Captain New Japan and we picked up the victory over him. The Bullet Club with the AJ Styles teamed Bullet Club, we picked up the victory over them. It's like, you can say all you want when you're hiding behind your keyboards, all the smart fans, but, all you have to do is watch the video and then, you can eat your words afterwards.
The tapes don't lie.
Exactly.
They don't lie, segheads. The tapes don't lie. Well, have you been given a shout yet for, Super Juniors? You gonna, if you found out about whether you're gonna be able to do Super Juniors or not?
I can't speak on it yet. All I can say is that there is discussions about going back sooner rather than later.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough for the segheads out there. You heard it first. Just be patient, people. Just be patient. All right. I mean, going around the the whole New Japan stuff, it ties in with ROH, Noah, the rest of the Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, all of those other. There's a lot of stuff out there for the boys at the moment, which is really, really good. People are making their names for themselves outside, obviously, of WWE, TNA, and so on and so on, making their names over in Europe and Japan. But how important is the partnership with New Japan Pro Wrestling for ROH and the rest of the boys?
Oh, it's a very important one. I mean, just to the sheer fact of exposure. I mean, obviously, a lot of us grew up and know all about New Japan Wrestling and see some of our favorite stars have gone over there and know how big of a deal New Japan Wrestling is in Japan. But at the same time, like you said, we're at this age where I almost like want to call it the golden age of the indies, where independent wrestling's on the rise. Then you have, Ring of Honor, and New Japan Wrestling on the rise. And you're seeing people get their names out there in unconventional ways. And we're unfortunate because of our timing. We didn't grow up in the time where there was a WCW and a WWE to scoop up, all these different wrestlers, or to compete with one another. Right now there's, one dominant leader, which is the WWE. And then after that, it's hard to get your name out there. So to see, the rise in success, especially with New Japan in the States, with Ring of Honor in the States as well, it was just a smart business move, to match those two up together and try to get some crossover with the fan bases. And at the same time, I mean, thanks to their relationship with New Japan, I got to check off one of my, career goals by going over to New Japan afterwards, because they obviously knew who me and Mike were from their time over here and were interested in bringing us over. So it just, and we're not the only people that have had those opportunities from that relationship. Obviously, Red Dragon is doing a great job over there. There will be more guys to go over to New Japan, and more guys from New Japan to come over to Ring of Honor. And like I said, it's just, for us, obviously, it's exciting because it's something that we've always wanted to do. But as a business standpoint for those two companies, it's just a smart move to combine and get as many eyes as possible as you can on your product. And it seems like both Ring of Honor and New Japan, especially with the success of Wrestle Kingdom, that's exactly what they're trying to do.
Yeah, it's definitely smart business. I mean, New Japan, obviously, they're starting to have a link with Noah also. Yeah, it's a great time for the indies at the moment. Have you ever wrestled in the UK?
I haven't, but I actually am going to be debuting in the UK at Preston City Wrestling, April 24th, 25th. I believe it's that weekend. The last weekend of April. Me, Mike, Ben, and Maria, the Kingdom, will be over at Preston City Wrestling for a couple days.
That's it, Segheads. All Segheads, you heard that. He will be here, Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, even Maria. They will be at Preston City Wrestling, end of April. Don't you miss it. Make sure you check it out. I tell you what, it will be an interesting experience for you to see the difference in the dynamic, especially between the UK fans and the American fans, and the fact that because we're not overexposed to the product, we appreciate every single thing that comes over from the States. I tell you that. So you're going to be in for a very, very lovely ride, my friend. Definitely.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, obviously my buddy Adam Cole just recently came over, and he was basically saying the same thing. He's like, you're going to have a blast. I can't wait till you go.
Yeah, I gotta give a shout out to Adam Cole, because he did us the great thing by giving us an interview as well a couple of months ago, and I was forever thankful for him for that. It was one of our highest rated shows, one of our highest rated views on the magazine as well. So definitely got to give a shout out to him. So we're gonna go a bit left field now, and I don't know if you'll be able to answer this, but do your best. If WWE came calling and wanted you to try out, is that something that you would be interested in?
Well, at the moment I can't, just because I'm under contract with Ring of Honor. But if the time came, I mean, of course. I grew up as a kid watching the WWF, and the goal of, I think, of any artist, whether you're a musician or a painter or photographer, I think you just want the most people possible to see your art. And for me, if I was able to, wrestle at a WrestleMania and have that many people watch me, I mean, that I guess that would be the top of my wrestling career goals, because, you just want to show everyone what you have to offer. And that is no knock on Ring of Honor or anything else. It's just, it's no secret that the WWE is the biggest global wrestling company that there is. So to be on that stage would of course be a goal of mine. Just, not necessarily because I prefer one company over the other, but more because it would be nice for that many people to see all the hard work I've put into to this career.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand what you're saying. What's your thoughts on Savage being inducted into the Hall of Fame?
Oh yeah! Oh my God, I love the Macho Man. I'm wearing a Macho Man tank top right now as we speak. I did just out of coincidence, but Macho Man is without a doubt one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, and I still have very bright coloring on my outfits, before the Kingdom days, and that all comes from the Macho Man. I was enamored with just his whole presentation, the attitude, the lights, the sounds, everything when the Macho Man came out was something that got me hooked as a little kid. And, my fondest memories as a wrestling fan are always, the first ones. Before you become jaded as a wrestling fan, or just before you've seen everything as a wrestling fan. Those years of the early 90s of, the Macho Man and literally the Macho Man Ultimate Warrior, that feud going into WrestleMania 7. I think that's what really hooked me as a wrestling fan. I wanted my mom to find me a scepter so bad.
Oh my God, dude.
Pretend I was the Macho Man. So I think it's just long overdue. I'm glad to see him finally in there. And it's just a smart business move for the WWE, just because Macho Man's, he's a legendary character, and now you can push all that Macho Man merch that you've been holding on to, and I'm sure they're going to make a boatload of money.
Yeah, dude, I'm so glad you said the scepter, man. I'm telling you, that for me, that is my era right there.
Yes.
Growing up, watching that. I mean, we do a show called Retro Roundtable where we review all the old school 90s pay-per-views. And, I mean, we started at Royal Rumble 91, and that's my very first, pay-per-view that I watched. And the way Savage carries on throughout the whole pay-per-view, scepter to the dome, just everything. The way he comes out in the middle of the match, can't see the guy, takes out Warrior, runs into the night. Love it every single day.
I think it's one of the best run-ins because it's violent. It's just chaos and violence. When he comes flying out there. But it's funny because when people ask me, what when I got into wrestling, I always think of Royal Rumble 91 as my beginning point. I definitely went back and watched things before that. But I can remember as a kid having the WWE magazine or WWF magazine at the time, with all the Royal Rumble participants in it and stuff like that. And Royal Rumble 91, without a doubt, is my launching point as a wrestling fan.
That's so ironic. I mean, yeah, I even just mentioning Royal Rumble 91 is just a smile to my face, because that first match, Shawn Michaels Rockers against Orient Express, it for me now still is one of my favorite tag matches ever.
Agree. I always mention that match. That's a fantastic. And then all the way till that whole year, because the next year's Royal Rumble opens with Owen and Neidhart against the Orient
Foundation,
and that match is awesome too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I think that year of wrestling, 91 into 92, is by far my favorite.
We just come off doing Royal Rumble 92 on the Retro Round Table, actually, and just going in on Piper, Piper and the Mountie, doing the whole. Yeah, just doing the whole backstage interviews and just everything, man. Just everything. We do quite a few impressions as well, which is kind of funny. But yeah, man, it's very nice to kind of have that nostalgic feel and go back and look at those glory days, especially when growing up as a kid. It's what brought you to the dance, in certain ways. But yeah, man, you hear that, Segheads? Me and Matt Taven, we got stuff in common right there. Royal Rumble 91, eat your heart out. I could talk forever about 91, but let's. I'm gonna ask you a final question here. What does the future hold for Matt Taven?
Well, the immediate future holds the rise of the Kingdom, because as much as people think that they've seen anything from us, they really haven't even seen us get started. We have a lot of things that we know are coming up. And we just have a lot of people to prove wrong. And, when you're surrounded by your two closest buddies, your two closest real life buddies, you can't do anything but, want to take over as a group and want to help each other out. So me and Mike Bennett, while Adam's injured, we're going to pick up the ball and we're going to run with it. And as far as long-term goals, I would like to hold every single belt that Ring of Honor has. I would like to be, one of those Grand Slam, Triple Crown, winners like Roderick Strong is. And then after that, the future, who knows? Maybe it's here, maybe it's in the land of the rising sun. Who knows where it is? But wherever it is, I guarantee this is that I'm gonna push and fight and try to take over wherever I am.
Nice, I like that. Matt Taven, people, make sure you check out this guy, superstar for the future, superstar for the now. Make sure you check it out, ROH. Definitely future ROH world champion. Where can your UK fans find you, bro?
You can find me anywhere you know how to spell Taven, Taven. That's Matt Taven. Facebook.com/Matt Taven. Twitter, my handle's Matt Taven. And Instagram, it's the Matt Taven. And for any questions, bookings, merchandise, you can email me at mattaven@gmail.com. So as long as you know how to spell Matt Taven, you can find me.
Nice. All right, so I want to say thanks to you, Matt Taven. Thanks for giving us the opportunity to interview you and to let the UK fans hear what you have to say and about your career so far. I just want to say thank you very much, my friend.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me. It's been great.
There you go. Really, really good interview with Matt Taven. Really enjoyed it. Extremely thankful for the fact that you gave us the opportunity to speak to him. Make sure you check him out. ROH with the Kingdom. Obviously, there's Adam Cole, Mike Bennett, Maria Kanellis. Make sure you check that out when you can. Also, follow him as at Matt Taven on Twitter. All right, people. So right about now, it is time for the Royal Rumble predictions. Now, Shugs, I'm not sure how you want to do this, but the rest of Royal Rumble doesn't even matter because it's a 2-show Royal Rumble. So let's just, at the moment, let's talk about the potential outcomes for the WWE title and what you guys think about that and who's going to come out on top and so on. And then what else do you want to do in terms of the predictions, Shugs?
We'll just... we'll pick some, we'll pick some. We got a bit of time, so we'll pick some. We'll see who we think is going to win the title match, and then we'll do some predictions for the actual Rumble. Because, cool. It's fun, innit? It's fun. Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So let's just look at the potential outcomes for the WWE title match. We've got 3 guys: Rollins, Lesnar, Cena. So many different outcomes. As soon as they inserted Rollins into this, it just became amazing because you just thought, what's going to happen for Mania? Right, we've got Heyman in the play, we've got the Authority in the play. So, Shugs, what's your potential outcome? What do you think will happen and who will end up being champion going into WrestleMania?
I see the way when I was speaking about this earlier on in the week. I think it depends on the show order. My predictions would change. So if the Rumble goes first, and then you have Reigns win, then I'm happy that Brock will retain. But then if say Bryan won, I'm not sure where they would go then. Whether they would go over Bryan, Brock, So I'm not sure. I think that Brock's going to retain.
Okay, Chad, what's your thoughts?
My first would be Brock retaining myself. I may be a little bit of bias in this one. I love Rollins, don't get me wrong, and I'm ready for the youth movement to not be a movement anymore. I'm ready for it to be the thing in WWE. But I think WrestleMania is the time to pass that torch again. Like they tried with Bryan last year, which wasn't their fault. But right now, I'm going with Brock, but. As far as winning the match, and that's what I'm calling right now.
Okay. Court, what's your thoughts?
Well, of course, I love the Beast, and I want to see him win, but I know who it's gonna be.
Who's it gonna be?
It's gonna be that damn Cena.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man.
I know. Yeah.
Fuck him.
16 times, man. Jeez.
I know, right? Nobody, not him, man.
Not him. Our 8-year-old is already Ovary.
Yeah, I'm wanting to bring.
Ovary.
Lil Lee is already tired of Cena himself.
Oh, jeez, that says it all.
Exactly.
Daddy, what's your thoughts?
Either Brock wins straight, or Cena wins and then Seth cashes in.
Yeah. Now that would be nice. My thoughts are, right, based on who I think the two outs are for the Royal Rumble, they're two babyfaces. And I don't think that they would do a whole babyface Rumble win and a babyface title win, because it's just too babyfacey. There's no heel action in there. So if these two guys who I think will potentially win the Royal Rumble win it, it only leaves Lesnar and Rollins to win the title. Which obviously means Dazzy said that Cena will win and Rollins will cash, because there has to be a cash at some point, either at WrestleMania or this time. Or they could do it at Fastlane, who knows? But I think it would be better to strike it while it's hot, and it needs to be either tonight or it needs to be at WrestleMania. Now, yeah, it's for me. I think that it's probably going to be. I would want Lesnar to retain because I want Bryan Lesnar at WrestleMania. I actually want Rollins Bryan at WrestleMania, but they won't do that. They'll either do Brock against Bryan or Rollins against Reigns. Yeah, that's my thoughts.
Can I throw in one more thing on mine? Possibility of a new Heyman guy if the Authority is wiped out. I've thought about, if Rollins were to happen to look like the bigger man somehow, that Heyman might start to at least start a storyline where Rollins might become a Heyman guy in the end. I'm thinking that might be a possibility at least.
Oh yeah, definitely. With the fact that Brock's probably on the way out, we're looking at Survivor Series 2002 all over again. So, so yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, and it would be wicked.
Exactly, especially if he cashes in and takes it. And if Rollins is walking out with the title night and the Authority's over with, expect Rollins to be a Heyman guy soon.
I'll mark out if Rollins wins. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a massive Rollins mark. Massive, and not because
there's part of me that will.
Yeah.
As long as it's not fucking Cena, I'm gonna mark out no matter what. But
all right. So, Shugs, let's look at the Royal Rumble itself. What do you want to do?
I've just jacked the next spreadsheet. So we need a winner. Royal Rumble winner. We need the second person in the Rumble, the 29th person, longest lasting, shortest, first eliminated, last eliminated, and a surprise.
All right, let's go through them one by one then. So the winner, we start off with the winner. Right, so my winner is Daniel Bryan. Be rotten.
Yeah, I'm.
The surprise.
Well, yeah, but we're going with the winner right now. With the way things are going, right now I'm going to pick Daniel Bryan, but for me personally, I'm not a Daniel Bryan guy all around, so I'm hoping, I've always been wanting for a swerve with like Dolph coming out and somehow pulling the Shawn Michaels or something. I don't know if they're going to be in it or not, getting rehired just this Monday, but I really want Rollins Dolph really bad. But yeah, right now with the way things are setting up, I'm going with Daniel Bryan.
Okay, Court?
Yeah, it's going to be Daniel Bryan.
Dazzy?
Daniel Bryan, because of the way he's been booked. I don't think Roman Reigns anymore. They seem to have lost attention on him and focused more on his feud with Big Show.
Shugs?
Yeah, I'm going to say Bryan as well. Fuck Reigns.
Okay, 4 guys.
Wow,
so
all around.
Not the number
next
one.
Category.
The number 2 person into the Royal Rumble. Who's going to come in second? So who's going to be in the ring at the beginning to start it off?
All right, who do you think, Shugs? Who do you think?
I think they might try and pull a swerve on us, try and do like a coast to coast for like. I think they might start off with like Reigns and Bryan in at the beginning to try and fuck with us, and then they finish. They're the last 2 in as well. But then it's going to be 2.
So like Royal Rumble 95.
Because I think that's the best chance of doing something good if they repeat a successful formula from before. Because last year was shit.
Yeah. Now, for some reason, I feel like the 3 guys who got fired will be the first 3. So I just got a feeling that number 1 will probably be Dolph Ziggler.
Number 2 will be who?
And number 2 will probably be Ryback.
That'd be interesting. Yeah, that'd be really interesting.
Okay, but Eric Rowan's not in there. No.
What, in the
he
Rumble?
lost his match on SmackDown.
Oh, okay.
They
so
all three of them had a match
well,
to be entrance, and Ziggler won, and Ryback won, but he lost.
Well, I'm still saying Ryback number 2. Yeah.
The pesky SmackDown gets away from us.
Dazzy, who's your number 2?
I hope and pray 1 and 2 is Miz and Mizdow.
Yeah.
Oh,
that'd be awesome.
Okay.
Mizdow for number 2.
I think you're right, I think you're right. That might actually happen. It'll either happen at the beginning or in the middle. But yeah, I think you're probably right. Chad.
I'm gonna go with what I said earlier, and I'm gonna just go ahead and go on a swerve with Dean Ambrose.
Ambrose.
Because why would he fucking trade a late number for an early number?
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, they want to make him look crazy. What crazier way to do it than he pulls 30 and actually switches it for number 2, and everybody's like, "What the fuck? Why'd you do that?" So I'm gonna go with a little winger there on Dean.
Okay, Court.
I was gonna say Dolph. I believe he's gonna surprise everybody, and then there he's just gonna be.
Okay. So 29.
Ooh, 29. Chad, who do you think's gonna be 29?
Ooh, this is a tough one. I don't know if do you want one of the big heels at the end to make them think they're gonna win? That's a rough one for me. I think the way they played Big Show, if you have Reigns come in first, maybe Big Show come in 29th or 30th, because he's the big guy that's hard to get out anyway. And they're wanting to. It seems as if they're wanting to set up Reigns' Big Show. So I'll say Big Show right now.
That's a good shout. That is a good shout. Court.
Agreed.
Okay, you're saying Big Show also.
Yeah.
All right. Dazzy.
I think Bray Wyatt.
Oh, interesting. I'm going to go for someone it's got to be someone that's going to be gassed, because that's what they generally do. The guys in the late things are guys that generally get gassed, hence why, Batista came out when he did last year. But, who could that be? Who could be quite gassed?
Kevin Nash.
No, it won't be no surprises. Surprises will be like in the middle. So at the end, it has to be someone big. Bray Wyatt is a good shout, actually. Oh shit. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna say Bray Wyatt too. I'm gonna say Bray Wyatt too.
Corporate Kane.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Kane and Big Show, they could be 29 and 30.
True.
So the two big guys, both are old guys. They're with the authority. They want to shut down. What better way to shut people down than put those two big fuckers in last?
Yeah. Okay, that's a good shout, Shugs. All right, what's next?
Longest lasting.
Longest lasting. Daniel Bryan, straight.
Okay. Because you think he's going to go early and go long. I'm going to go for Ziggler, because maybe he's going to come in before Bryan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to edge my bets.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Chad.
I'm with Ziggler on that. I was thinking Bryan. Like you said, he's been going balls to the wall. And Raw, actually, when we were watching Raw, I actually told Courtney he's going to kill himself because, like, dude, slow it down just a little bit after all this shit. But I've been thinking for a long time that it was going to be Ziggler was going to pull a Shawn Michaels type deal.
Okay. Court?
Oh, it's going to be Ziggler for sure.
Okay. And Dazzy?
Did Chad say Bryan or Ziggler?
Ziggler.
Ziggler. Oh, Ziggler.
Chad, did you say you said Ziggler?
Ziggler was my answer.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, Ziggler's my answer. I was saying with DB is I don't know if he can take it all the way right now or not, but I've thought for a while Ziggler's going to anyway. So
okay,
yeah,
shortest. So we know it's going to be one of those 10, 15 second things. So who's just a complete ball bag who's going to get thrown out straight away? I know.
Maybe
I've got
one
mine.
of the
I've got mine.
surprises. No. Yeah,
Bo Dallas.
who's yours?
Oh,
yes,
shit.
yes,
Oh,
Shoots. Yeah.
Oh.
That's the one. That's the one. I'm saying The Miz.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying The Miz.
Can I go ahead and answer and say The Miz too? Because I think that's how they're going to start the breakup. Something in the tag match is going to happen, and then either Miz Dallas not gonna eliminate himself when Miz gets eliminated, or he's gonna be the one to eliminate him, and it's gonna be quick.
Yeah. Dazzy.
They might pull a swerve in Kofi Kingston.
Oh yeah, fuck that guy.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, he's gonna try and do something, and it don't work.
And lands on his face outside the
for
ring.
once.
He then gets thrown out, and one of his locks gets hooked up in the ropes, and it's just like he's just dangling, Court.
I agree that it's going to be
Miz.
Yes.
All right, Shugs, next.
What have we got? First eliminated, so first person to go out of the Rumble. Just say first and last. Just get them done both.
Okay, first and last. First person to get thrown out of the Rumble is I say Connor of the Ascension.
That's very specific. Last.
Yeah. Last person to get thrown out the Rumble. So that means the person that's going to be number 2 is Roman Reigns.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to go with who's shit. I'm going to go with a Matador because I don't know the difference. Matador.
A
Matador. That's what I'm saying. And the last eliminated, I'm going to say is going to be Ziggler. Thing is, if Rollins wins, could he go into the Rumble? It's like, if that's first, could they be entered into the Rumble? Could Cena be in the Rumble? Could Rollins be in the Rumble?
That's what I've been wondering that too. Like, who all is you know, quote unquote allowed in the Rumble?
It's any of them. They just do what they want.
Yeah, because Rollins could lose, try and cash. That doesn't work.
And
then they just throw him in.
And he fails to cash in and wins the Rumble. I'll probably just be in a coma.
He'll be on life support. I agree. That would be fucking sick.
Alright, so we need the first and last from Dazzy.
Dazzy.
First, Bo Dallas, because Vince never really liked him anyway.
Bo Dallas.
Who, sorry?
Bo Dallas.
Okay, and who's the last to get thrown out?
Roman Reigns.
Okay.
I think it'll come down to him and Bryan.
Chad.
Shoot. I'm going to say Ziggler last.
Mm-hmm.
I think he is going to pull an Iron Man. I think the last 3 could be Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns, and Dolph Ziggler. And then Big Show fucks something up for Roman Reigns or something. First is always hard because, I don't know, is it going to be a surprise or is it going to be someone shitty? I think it could be Miz, actually. A possibility that Miz might be the first one to go, and that'd be the Mizdale start.
Court?
I think Dolph's going to go all the way to the end. Well, you know.
Be eliminated last.
Right. First to go, I don't know. I keep seeing the little bull running around.
El
Torito.
Yeah, just say that for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
All right, surprise entrant.
Let's just throw that little shit in the Rumble and see if it's worthy.
Surprise entrant.
All right, surprise entrant.
Yeah.
Oh, easy, RVD.
So you're saying
It's Philly, man. Shucks, yours.
I'm gonna say Carly.
Okay. Dazzy?
X-Pac.
Ooh, interesting. All right. Court?
Randall. I better hear some I hear voices at some point in this night.
He doesn't count because he's on the current roster, so he doesn't count as a surprise.
Yeah, surprise.
It's a surprise. Oh shit. Chad answers for me.
I'm with Pac, actually. I think Pac can go still, so I think they're going to give him a shot to go out there. He hasn't done much on WWE TV, you know, as far as in-ring, like the New Age Outlaws have. Nash was in there a few years ago. I think Pac might be one of them.
X-Pac for you and Court. Make some noise!
I love Waltman, dude. I love that guy.
Yep.
Is that it, Shucks? Yep. Oh, that's a nice spreadsheet. Jeez. It's going to be interesting next week. All right. So that's the end of the show, peeps. That is the end of the show. I'd like to thank Chad and Courtney Broughton for coming on the show. I know coming onto the show. I know it's early out where you guys are in Kentucky, so thank you for, doing the damn thing, coming on the show.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you very much for having us on. It's always a pleasure, good sir.
Okay, let them know where they can find you on Twitter.
You can find me on Twitter at B_Rot36, B_ROTT36. As I always say, hit me up anytime. We can discuss and debate, not argue, anything WWE and the world of professional wrestling.
Mine's Shoe Lover 1980. I don't just talk about wrestling to ladies if you want to talk.
Man, I've got to also thank editor of Max Wrestling E-Magazine. That's right, none other than our partner in crime, Dazzy Lee. To let them know where they can find you and Max Wrestling on the Twitter.
I'm on the tweet book. I like Lee, just like Sami Zayn. Max Wrestling is at Max Wrestling Mag, and the same for Instagram and Facebook.
Nice. All right, and I can't do this without the goddamn sugar. Shugs.
Pleasure never short.
Yeah, man, we're coming up to 100 soon. Jeez. Yeah. Just to let you guys know, the 100 show is just going to be kicking it old school. Me and Shugs. That is it. Just me and Shugs going in toe-to-toe, catching joke, having a laugh. Let's talk about some funny moments and just, Shugs spending half an hour just ripping it into me. So, that's probably what's going to happen. But, knowing the words of track of the week this week is none other than the WCW Monday Night Show theme. That just come from somewhere. I don't know where, but someone just said, yep, that theme. So that's the theme that we're going with for today. So give a big nostalgia pop for that. So Royal Rumble on tonight. Make sure you check that out. And if you don't like the winner, well, then you can choke on that slap nuts. Woo!